What is going on, community? Welcome back to Keeping Up with the Comics. And today we are going to keep up with a couple of Marvel books that released a couple of weeks ago, but they are plenty good. So go ahead, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, because today we are keeping up with Black Panther issue number 1. Now, before we get started, I will say that this is my first run of Black Panther actually checking out. I started around the Marvel Legacy time. I started reading and I wanted to check out Black Panther then, but he was heading to space and I didn't know what to make of it. Since then, I've heard it's a pretty good run and I'll probably try and go back to check it out. But right now, this is my first main, in-universe regular Black Panther book. And some things caught me off guard with it. I expected to pick up the Black Panther book with T'Challa being king. His word is law, and that's not what you get. Apparently, and please correct me if I mess this up, because I am not a political scientist. I'm speaking off the top of my head, and I may be wrong, so if I'm wrong, correct me. But sometime in the Ta-Nehisi Coates run, Wakanda went to this hybrid kind of government where T'Challa is still the king, but they also have a democracy. So he's not the only say. He's not the final say in things, which is pretty interesting. I feel like that England may run their government in sort of a similar fashion. So I was kind of surprised to see that in this book. But what we get outside of that is a little bit of secrecy, a little bit of I don't want to call it underhandedness, but he does make some choices with some of his warriors that people, including people close to him, are going to question. And outside of that, we see him questioning the new form of government they have, because they're not getting as much done as he'd like to get done, and apparently democracy doesn't work as fast as he wants it to. So that's pretty funny. But the main meat of this story is that secret Wakandan abroad basically gets killed. No one's supposed to know who this person is, and someone does. And once he is alerted of that, he has to make moves, because he knows that should be the deepest and darkest of secrets, and nobody should know, but somebody does. And he has to embark on a journey to figure out who it is and put a stop to it. That's basically the action part of the book. But the government and diplomatic part of the book is also interesting, and it sounds like the book's going to be full of secrecy, full of heavy weight to it. So I'm going to keep up with Black Panther. I think it's by John Ridley with art by Juan Cabal. I'm going to keep up with this run, see where it goes. Like I said before, I always wanted to check out a Black Panther book, and this seems like the one for me. I hope that you check it out, and maybe it's the one for you. The next book I am keeping up with is, you knew it was going to be Moon Knight, issue number 5, written by Jed MacKay with art by Cappuccio. So what we have here, because we've had a whole bunch of one-shots loosely tied together, not even D-list, like H-list enemies are coming out of the woodworks to bother Mark Spector, Moon Knight. And here we find out where those loose ties come from. But the way we find out is pretty interesting, because we all know that Moon Knight has mental health struggles with his dissociative say that fast 3 times, identity disorder, and he is seeing an Avengers appointed therapist, which is pretty funny. An Avengers appointed therapist, and she is asking him about himself, why he's so guarded, why he likes being Moon Knight, why he doesn't give straight answers. He keeps everything close to the vest. And he basically gives this very honest answer, which is that he likes being Moon Knight and being behind that mask because he doesn't like Mark Spector a whole lot. He blames himself for a lot of people's pain, a lot of people's deaths. He basically thinks that everything he touches has either died or hates meeting him. And so he carries a lot of that weight around, as you see by the cover. He carries a lot of that weight around, and they do a good job in this book telling that story about how he feels about himself and his effect on people, mixed in with the fact that the person who has been the string puller, the puppeteer all along, has been sitting in his midst. That's right, the Midnight Mission has been compromised by a smaller named villain that nobody knew that this guy was who he was. So Moon Knight issue number 5. I won't go too far into who he is if you've not seen it by now. But I will say Moon Knight number 5, again, because I'm a Moon Knight fan, was already a must read for me. But I think they're doing a good job telling his story through creative avenues, and also pulling out the villain and pulling out the bait for this villain was actually pretty interesting. So you'll have to check that out. And yeah, Moon Knight number 5, really good. I'm looking forward to issue number 6. The cover of issue number 6 makes it look like Mark's going to have some desperate times up ahead. And of course, we know sooner or later he's going to get mixed up in the whole Devil's Reign event whenever it comes around. But that's further down the road. This is Moon Knight number 5, and this is a good read. So that was Keeping Up with the Comics. I hope you saw something you liked. I hope you enjoyed yourself. If you did enjoy yourself, go ahead, hit that like button. And if you want to keep up with me, Keeping Up with the Comics, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. As always, leave comments. And as we always do at this time, love yourself, love others, and I will be back in a flash.